Michael,
Good morning.
good morning. Nice and
Good
sunny
evening.
at your
Good
place.
evening.
Yeah, for you, good morning. I understood that.
Yeah.
Nice and sunny there with you, or not?
Yeah.
It's just a light
It's
behind you.
very, very cold.
I can imagine that. Mentally
Yeah.
cold and physically cold.
Physically cold.
Physically cold. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay, good. You okay?
Yeah. And
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah, fine. Yeah, enjoying life as
Yeah.
often. Yeah, so that's
That's
good
what
too.
we have.
Hmm.
That's the goal.
Yeah. And with last few days being busy with helping out for the hackathon for the safe climate data. But what was Ilias? Ilias was helping with that in the
Yes.
beginning. Yes, and he seemed to be too busy to help more out. So, I mean, but he helped a lot already. So and he has full access now on AWS, and he's poking around to see if he can fix things. So that's
Right.
great. Thank
He's
you
a
again.
very talented person.
Yeah,
Very
he's
talented.
just yeah.
Yeah. And in whatever little help he can do, it's going to be worth the effort. Uh,
Yeah. And my feeling
yeah.
is he's just a good person, nice person to
Yes.
work with, and he's gentle and he understands and considerate, and it's a pleasure.
Yeah. Yeah. As I said, we had him as an intern. Um, at IBM
Hmm?
one summer, and we were just so impressed. Yeah,
That's nice. I didn't know that he was an intern. I thought he was a friend of your son.
yeah,
That's
that's how we got connected. And I said, we take intern. This was
that's
back
good.
when I worked. Yeah, and so he lived with us for the summer and worked at IBM with on my team.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's nice.
yeah,
Part of the family, kind of.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
absolutely.
nice.
Hi, Louis.
Hi, Louis.
Morning, Michael. Morning, Rob. How you
Yeah.
doing? Or good afternoon, Rob.
No, no, evening. Good
I
Evening.
evening.
still, yeah, I still get messed up with the whole time zone thing.
Okay. Yeah, but mm. you're okay, Louis? Yeah. Your shoulder
All
okay?
is well. Sorry?
Yeah, how's the
Shoulder?
recovery on the shoulder?
Oh, it's coming along. It's just you have to keep stretching it, and it's
Good.
painful. I have a highly paid, highly trained professional. I'm paying them to stretch my arm, try to rip it out of its socket.
Right.
It's called physiotherapy. It's a scientific practice, apparently. Ouch.
I
Yeah.
see. And
I have pretty much full range of
yeah.
motion back. Just the strength.
Right.
Yeah. It's like I played a concert flute, and that motion, that is
Mm.
actually the one muscle that was torn.
Ah.
So
Wow.
yeah, it's very specific.
Right.
Yeah,
And they
the
gave you your
Danish
driver's
soldiers.
license back? Oh, sorry.
No, no,
Oh
go
yeah,
ahead. Okay.
long time ago. It's just that when my arm was immobilized, well, but after 6 weeks, I visited the surgeon. He says, "Okay, he looks at the chart, says, "Oh, it's been 6 weeks. Take that thing off."
Good.
Which and I kind of knew it was coming because I was already kind of, like using my arm even though it was still in the sling. And it was just like, oh, I need to grab a coffee. So I was like, yeah, it was about time.
Mhm.
Right.
Oh, that's good.
But I don't recommend it to anybody. So a moment
Mm.
of inattention, a year of pain, not good.
Mm. I can imagine
Wow.
that. But that was the only solution you had.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's
I
no
know a
way
few
around
people
it.
that have gone through that out of necessity and yeah, they said the same things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Louis, I saw that your sensors are up. That's good. Good work.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've got Gail's bGeigieZen in her window. And
Hmm.
it's just looking south at her garden. And I've got my Nano, which I'm really not using anymore. I've got the bGeigieZen cast, and so
Yeah.
plug that in and configured that, and that's looking out. It's actually looking east, or sorry, looking west, just because it happened to be a convenient window with a plug nearby. And my wife has house plants on all the other windows. So,
Okay.
and the um, uh, the one thing I have that I want to do is modify the Nano code to button. There's a little button that's not being used, and I want to use that for.
It's not true because it's being
Oh,
used for switching to 5 seconds recording in the
oh, I
latest
see.
version. In the 1.45, I think it's changed.
1.45. Okay. I was going to use it to blank the screen.
You can do that too. But yeah, if you see my code for it, I have automatically screen blanking on it. With
Okay.
a motion sensor. I built a small motion sensor on it, and it
Oh, I see.
detects
Okay.
if it moves. So that's even easier. But you can see the code how I did it. So you can see
Okay.
how the blanking works. It's not that hard.
So did you put that in a separate branch?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
I think the ASCII branch because I because you run out of memory very easy if you modify the code a few bits and it's out. You cannot compile it anymore. It doesn't
Oh,
fit
wow.
anymore.
It's
Yeah. It's really tight.
Wow.
So
okay.
I use an ASCII code display only. So it has much less memory. It doesn't need all the fonts and the characters.
Oh, I
Only the
see.
ASCII
Yeah.
characters.
Right.
So and I modified the symbols from the I think from the battery. I just make it a percentage instead of a graph. So that saved
Okay.
me
Okay. Okay.
a few hundred bytes. That was useful because then I can play around with other code. For example, the sensor code. So
Oh, I see. I see.
it can sense the movement and then do the other things. Otherwise, it didn't fit. I think
Okay.
I made it
Well,
4 or 5 years
yeah.
ago or something.
Okay. I'll play around with that. I just don't want to burn out the screen. That's all. I mean,
No,
it's not
you can
really.
also take it out. It works without
Yeah,
it.
I might just do that, right?
Yeah.
Because the bGeigieZen cast has the little green light, and that's good enough.
Yeah. You can see if the
Okay.
green light is on. I could.
Simpler,
Yeah. Go ahead.
simpler
Feel
is
free.
gooder.
The
Yeah.
what?
Simpler is gooder.
Yes, it's good.
I keep telling
I
my
think so.
students that.
And how did you power the from Gil the Zen?
Oh, just a if I didn't use the Qi charger, if
Mhm.
I just used a plain old USB um, power, a power connector, just because the wireless charger gets hot, and I figure just it doesn't need anything fancy. It doesn't need the convenience. It's just going to sit in the window
So
for
how long?
yeah, whatever, however long.
Mm.
So
But it's good we have a sensor all the time up in that area. I mean,
yeah,
this is the only one. That's the closest, I think, 12 kilometers or
yeah,
so.
yeah, yeah. So she's pretty much between Pickering and Darlington, but
Mhm.
in an urban area. Like she's close to downtown Whitby.
Okay. If you
So
find more people,
yes,
please take
yes.
the lead. And
Yeah, I missed an opportunity for a meeting a few weeks ago when I was sick,
Mhm.
but we'll pick up next time. Next time that group gets together, I'll do a little song and dance.
With your Zen in your hand and
That's right. Do the Zen dance.
just do that.
All right,
And
that's enough.
and
Enough silliness.
did you get connected with Patricia?
Yes,
Patricia, yeah,
yes, Bader.
yeah,
Excuse me. Yeah, no problem. Well, emailing back and forth. She's
okay.
relatively not close.
No,
I'm on
but
the other side of Toronto.
She's a very
And then
good contact because she's connecting many people always. I mean,
yeah,
I've been working with her in the TED presentation. I did the IT and she did the show and I was
okay,
organizing for that.
okay, good. Anyway, so yes, so she's not quite, she's transitioning back, as she says. She's still teaching at the university. Um, and so she'll be back fully sometime in the summer. So
Okay.
we'll just keep talking.
Okay, because she also has been supported on Safecast and she's been to ISO in the school where I was working and we know each other for a long time. Yes,
Okay.
she's good. I hope things get moving around more so we have more sensors in that area.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, I think the first pass is to put more like in windows in people's
Mm.
houses. Trying to do an external one gets complicated because now where are you going to put it? You have the case, you have the solar panel, you have the battery. And now, if of course, it's exposed out there, and it's exposed to vandalism or somebody in authority going, "What's that?" Right? And getting all upset.
Mm. Yeah, that's the same problem that Pavlova is having in Ukraine. I mean,
Yeah,
and they have
yeah,
steel bands around them to not
yeah,
people cannot take them off so easy.
yeah. Well, the problem is also political. It's if you mention that you're
Oh,
monitoring uh, uh, for nuclear, they say, "Well, is this approved by OPG, which is the Ontario Power Generation?" No, it's not approved, and then they get all huffy.
no, that's exactly what you want. Not
Well,
approved.
yeah, till they take it out, till they remove it.
Yeah, that's true. You shouldn't be in the jurisdiction. Let's say this way.
That's right. Yeah, so we're not putting it in parks or anything like that, but it'd be nice to put it out. Anyway, I'll work on it.
Okay, good. And Jelle is not coming to join us today. He was too busy with
Right.
another finishing up
Yeah, I
a
saw
I
that.
project.
saw that.
Yeah.
It's a pity
Yeah.
because I'd like to see if he has some code for the SD card uploading, the log file directly uploading, because that will be very useful. I was hoping I could show that on the presentation last week, but
Hmm.
he didn't make it. So
Yeah.
do we have other things to talk about? No,
Not
not much.
not at the moment.
Mm.
Um, I keep postponing trying to get nice log files coming out of the. It's just I just don't have the time to zone in.
Mm.
Um, Unfortunately, I picked up a second course at the college. I was all happy to have just 3 hours a week, one course. I already know the material. It's easy. And then somebody got sick, and apparently I'm the only one available. So I have another 3 hour course, except that I mean, it's introduction to computers. Okay, so like easy, but it's still putting all the material together is just so time consuming,
Mm. I
right?
can imagine.
Uh, and anyway, enough complaining,
Okay,
but it's chewing up lots of time.
okay.
Yeah. That was the core. That was one of the great courses. I had a great instructor when I took that course. Now this is back when, this is 1975, and we had a Hewlett Packard um, computer where everything was programmable. Every light on the front panel, and
Fantastic.
yeah, and you could always press a button and reset the computer back to its original thing. It was pretty advanced for the time, actually.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And
75 years, I can imagine.
then we worked on IMSA computers. Remember IMSA
Oh, those
8080?
8080s, yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted one. I couldn't afford it.
No, I bought one used around 1980 and I sold it recently for $2,500.
Oh
I
yeah.
didn't power it on. The old paper capacitors. I didn't want to watch it go up in smoke. I said,
Mm.
you can have it. It worked when I put it in the box. Yeah. It had the 6-inch floppies.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, yep. No, that's it for me.
Okay. For me then too. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been busy with putting kits together, the cradle, and we started to sell more and more of those.
Yeah.
And this time I measured exactly 65 millimeter, not not not
Okay.
loose like before.
Yeah. Actually, I no. When talking about putting kits together, the other day I went looking for the bGeigieZen assembly instructions,
Mhm.
and I found them hard to find. Um, but the manual that we wrote, I can't find it on the Safecast website.
Really? I
If
mean,
I
in the
do
bGeigieZen website, there is
bGeigieZen,
software, and then there should be the manual.
uh,
Maybe I have to update it. I should check myself.
go to bGeigieZen Reserve
In the software, in the menu somewhere.
software in the menu, software in the menu, technical data software. User manual. Okay. Technical info, features, bombs. Yeah, I'm just okay. Yeah, I found it. And a quick start manual. Okay.
Yeah,
And
this should be there.
oh, that's not good. It says, guy, your tab just crashed. What?
That's
Restart to
weird.
keep using Firefox. Okay. Firefox
Mm.
is being stupid. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Maybe I'll try with Chromium, but okay, I'm just gonna have a look at that because
Okay,
this is
yeah, please
not,
check.
yeah. Um,
I mean, I've been testing it with Edge and Edge browser or with Zen browser. There is a
yeah,
Zen browser. It's a Firefox based one. It's quite nice, being honest.
yeah.
And there's version 3 and version 4 manuals. Version 4 is the newest,
Yeah.
I think.
Okay, so it works with Chromium, but not Firefox. Is that interesting?
Interesting. Only that page
Oh,
or
there it is. Okay, now there it is now.
some
Okay,
cache
whatever.
or
Okay,
okay.
so what I think
Good.
maybe because of my lack of time, I'm just gonna go into the bGeigie Zen user manual and the quick start manual and sort of clean those up
Oh,
because
that
that's
will be
something I can
wonderful.
do. Like, I
Yes.
can do 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, that would be great if you could do that. Also,
yeah.
thank you for the Cradle updates you made. That was very nice with the
Oh yeah, that was
pictures.
fun. Again, that's a
That was
quick hint. Or basically when I'm ADD, attention
ADD.
deficit disorder.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my grandson and it's like that was me.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's still
I'm
you,
so
maybe. Yeah.
they didn't have the diagnosis when we were kids,
that's it.
and
That's
I
it.
was I was ADHD,
Right.
meaning
And
that I could hear but not necessarily listen. I could
yeah,
turn off my ears.
yeah. So so
That's good.
so for these kind of tech projects, I'm a sprinter, right?
Mm.
The 100-kilometer marathons, forget it. So
Right, right.
But you can sprint a few times.
that's right.
Right.
Okay, good.
So
Yeah.
regarding the logging of that information about the GPS, I put a crude version of that in in code.
Yeah.
I watched your the last week's meeting.
Yes.
And so you have the framework there to be able to create a log entry for the header of your
Yes.
file. But then I saw that you guys, timing wise, you can grab that information at any time. So
Yeah.
you can grab that information the when you grab the version of the GPS when you first initialize it. The, and then it's there
Yes.
in and then you can grab it at any time to log it.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That was the one question that Yella and I had is like how, but it seems that as soon as we know what the the configuration. Okay, so that
Right.
yeah, so I'm
You
just gonna
could,
grab it at activate time and then squirrel it away to read
yeah, the
when
Teeny U Blocks library
yeah,
grabs the version and subversion, right?
right.
And you with just one command, and it's there static in the Teeny U Blocks
Oh, okay.
library.
Oh, I
And
see.
then the same thing is true for grabbing the configuration. You could
Okay.
grab it, it's there and there when you need it, but you have to
Okay, so
grab it first.
so I don't need to grab it and keep it squirreled away in the activate, right? In
Right.
the
You don't
computer
have to
activate.
save it.
Yeah.
You run a command to generate to put it inside the library for your to be available anytime you need it.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so I'm gonna look into that for sure.
Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
sure.
That's easier. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, other than that, nothing here.
No.
Been working on my water
Your wall.
monitoring
Oh,
software,
what the
which is
monitor?
working really
Oh
well.
yeah.
Yeah.
You have some links so we can check it out. What you
I
make? Because I
no,
like to
I
see
should.
what you
I'm going to
work.
put it on GitHub. It's really interesting. So what happens is, you have a well that a bladder pump, and
Hmm?
you fill the bladder, and when the pump turns on, you fill the bladder, and then as it empties, I calibrated how much water you use, but how much water do you use while it's charging? So what I did was I generated curves based upon what the static level of the well is. The math gets a little
Yeah,
tricky.
company. Yes, I can
So
imagine it.
so what happens is I based on water usage, I approximate what the static level is, and then I have a curve about how much time it takes. It's actually a linear relationship,
Hmm?
how much time it takes to charge, and then if it takes longer than that, and it's different amount of water you use. It's in increments of. I broke it up to 100 elements. That and if at any point during that charging it takes longer, then you're using water, and it calculates how much water you're using.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
wrapping my head around it,
can
I it's like you said, you sprint at it and then you back away and you
back
just leave it for a while and you go, okay, now go back at it.
Yeah.
And I finally got it working.
And if
So
you
and
didn't
it,
comment it, you don't know what you're doing, what you were doing.
yeah, yeah.
and you have
And
the
every time
readout.
I with any of these projects, I go, oh, I wish I could do that in Lisp. It's so much easier. I was, for my career at IBM, a lot of the CAD software I did for our test sites was all done in Lisp. It
Mm,
was just,
Wow.
yeah, it was so easy to manipulate millions or even billions of objects.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
okay. Mm.
yeah.
But you have like a readout or how much is being used and how much.
Yeah, I have a bar graph
Okay.
that
Oh,
goes on.
that's simple.
So if a toilet gets stuck or somebody even has a dripping faucet, or the ice maker in the refrigerator turns on, everything is registered. Yeah,
Wow.
That's
that
nice.
was the one thing. Is like I shouldn't see any water usage during the night during the deep nighttime, and I'm
Yeah.
like I get these blips, and I go, what the heck is that? And then as I said that to myself, and then the ice maker drew a little water in the refrigerator, and I go,
Yeah.
that's
That
what
was
it is.
Well, actually here's a question: Is use reverse osmosis at the house? Because that chews up a lot of water.
No, we were very fortunate for the water quality that we have. So, we didn't need any filtering. There's no issues with bacteria or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
no directly. You drink it too like that, or you boil
yeah,
your water
drink, shower, yeah, yeah,
directly with no filters.
no filters.
Oh
Oh,
wow.
that's good.
I
I
have it
even
tested.
have.
That is good.
Yeah, very lucky.
Yeah, I tested my water first, and then I saw there's still some stuff in it. While we're getting directly from the mountain, there is
Right,
some that was not clean enough. Let's say this way. And for my drinking, I have active
Activated carbon.
carbon
Yeah.
filters,
Yeah.
and they
right,
work fine. And then we
Yeah.
tested that also afterwards and before, and it helps a little bit. Not that much, being honest, but it
right.
was good. Oh, interesting that you
Right.
get to drink directly the water from the well.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope it.
That's
I
cool.
hope you sometimes monitor it.
Oh gosh, yes, yes, yes.
You never know what your neighbor is doing. No?
Yeah, fortunately, all my neighbors are on municipal water.
Oh,
Um,
oh,
so
good
they
or
don't
bad?
draw
I
any
don't know.
water.
Oh, that's
Um,
good too.
yeah,
Yeah. Okay. Now, thank
Okay.
you for
all
the
right.
update. That's good. I'd like to see the code for it, what you made. Very interested
Yeah,
always what you make, the projects.
yeah. Still wrestling with the details, but it's in pretty good shape right now.
And you have sensors all over, and you collect
No, no, I
only
only
one.
monitor the water. I monitor based upon the pressure of the water. I just put
Oh,
one
I
pressure
see.
sensor in.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So now the simple way is a flow meter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're very expensive.
I
They're
know.
like $500. So that's, but the thing is, the amount of if you put a time value to my work, I probably should have
That's
bought the flow
pretty.
meter.
That's true too. Yeah,
But it was a
I have
go
also
on.
something like that because I use my own pumps and so I get the water directly from the mountain. But then when it goes in, we have to raise the pressure. So we have a pump in there, and the pump runs at 100 volt. But sometimes my power is 90 volt, so it drops a little bit. Go, 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 go.
Right. Right.
But that
I
was
mean, my goal was I forget what percentage of people worldwide have well water, is here's a cheap solution, is to offer the open source this and just offer it out to people that,
that's good.
especially if you have a well and you live near a body of water, you don't want, and a septic system, you don't want a stuck toilet while you're not
Oh,
there to unknown fill your septic field and then
oh,
have that field leach into surface water, right?
oh.
And so that's my goal. I just needed to make a stable piece of software that would work, but the calibration is the tricky part. So that's the next thing, is how documenting this and documenting how you calibrate it for each, depending upon the size of your bladder tank, depending upon the range of pressure and all this other stuff. It's not trivial.
So you have a sensor and then you have a relay controlling the pump, or how do you control the pump?
The pump it controls itself. When the pressure gets below 40
Ah,
psi,
okay.
it starts
It
pumping and
kicks
gets
in.
to six. It's between 40 and 60. The nice thing is I was able to work with the town because I said, you need these features in now everybody has smart meters, like
Oh,
for electricity, but also for their water. I said, you need to be able to tell people, I said, how do you sample this? And they said about once every hour. Each meter radios out how
oh,
much water was used. Tell people that during the night, you use this amount of water so that they can figure
yeah,
out
no.
whether or not they have a
Yeah.
stuck toilet or just one of those slow leaking seals in a toilet, or a drippy faucet, and help preserve the amount of fresh water that, the finite amount of fresh water we have. And they're on it. So
Maybe
so
they
the
want
fact
to
that they
buy your sensor
no,
and
but that's
pressure.
the municipal side of it. They have the monitoring. I said just
Sure.
add these features in, and people can go and sign up. And yeah,
Yeah, that's a good idea. Okay. Nice,
yeah.
nice
That's cool.
project. Yeah. Okay.
All right,
So that's it for today then. Let's hope
I
Jelle
agree.
has next week more time, and we can
right.
talk more about the things that need to be done.
Okay.
Okay,
Very good.
good.
Well,
Okay,
All
have a
right.
good
have a good
week.
day.
Yeah, you too.
Yeah, you too. Okay, bye bye.
Bye.